last question. Single favorite Donald Trump comedic moment, either behind the scenes, maybe you witnessed, or something that was on stage. But as the most successful comedian in the industry, what's your favorite Trump comedy moment?
You know what? I gotta go with the all-time classic. You know, there's so many, but the all-time classic that got me out of my chair and go, "That's the man!" was when he said, "To be fair, it was Rosie O'Donnell." That was pure comic timing. He was seeing the question coming. He could have, a pure Republican response would be, of course, that was in the past. I don't think like that anymore. There are times when it was for entertainment purposes, but that's not what he did. He said, "To be fair, it was Rosie O'Donnell." And I'm sure that it wasn't just me. I'm sure millions of people got up from the chair and go, "That's the guy."
Mr. Trump, one of the things people love about you is you speak your mind and you don't use a politician's filter. However, that is not without its downsides, in particular when it comes to women. You've called women you don't like fat pigs, dogs, slobs, and disgusting animals. Your Twitter account...
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
No, it wasn't.
This is me at the world's most dangerous border crossing in America.
Have you ever seen any immigrants gay?
Yes. And for the next 72 hours, I've been given exclusive access behind the scenes into this lawless, brutal war zone.
U.S. President Donald Trump is vowing to permanently pause all immigration from what he calls third world countries.
I don't want them in our country. Our country stinks.
Tonight, President Trump's immigration crackdown ramping up.
The promise from the president was to deport 1 million illegal aliens a year.
To uncover the truth behind the headlines.
The number of migrants arriving at the southern border is unprecedented.
We were struck by just how orderly and routine it all seemed. If you are considering entering America illegally, don't even think about it.
We will hunt you down.
What would you say is the most dangerous situation you've been involved in?
Oh wow, man! That's a good question because spent 26 years as a border patrol agent, working the borders, and I worked the borders out in Arizona. I've been shot at. I had my truck shot at back in Nogales, chasing a group along the border. Wow. I had a friend back in Nogales that Alexander Kurtnick, he jumped a dope load. One of the people that was carrying the marijuana had a pistol and turned around and hit Alexander in the head, and he died from that gunshot wound.
With that sobering story still fresh in my mind, I wanted to find out what kind of people were crossing this border. But his answer did not put me at ease.
What types of people are you apprehending? Are they human smugglers, drug smugglers, or simply innocent people just trying to cross and get a better living?
So we touch a little bit of all of that. But the vast majority of people we catch here are from the country of Mexico. And the vast majority are adult Mexican men. We will catch some females, we will catch some juveniles, but they'll be accompanied by a family member. We will catch smugglers, whether it's the coyotes, the people that are smuggling them across, or the drivers that come down from different parts of the United States to pick them up to remove them from the area.
As we walked around, it dawned on me how dangerous the US-Mexico border could be. I headed back into the US to meet with a retired sheriff, a man who volunteers his time searching for the bodies of immigrants who did not make it across so that they could be identified and returned to their families. And let me just tell you now that this was a lot harder than I could ever imagine.
This is already much thicker than I was expecting. Wow. So people work across this type of terrain for miles in, miles out.
Miles and miles, yep. So if you look in the area, there's a lot of new growth, or growth a couple of years old. I still have to check that because somebody may have died before that stuff grew up. So it's just an added step sometimes you have to go through. We found people on the fence lines, on the caliche roads, dirt roads, and it's almost as if that's a psychological success. Now I can relax my mind. Sometimes relaxing the mind, they'll go ahead and die.
Wow.
Because the only reason they're still going, they've got a tough brain. You never know.
So they just lay there and accept death.
Yep.
Feeling apprehensive, we then continued to head deeper to look for the man that we were tasked to find. And that was exactly when the dangerous reality hit me.
This terrain's fucking brutal, man. Look at this. It's high grass, very, very thick. Your feet keep getting stuck in it. And obviously we're only doing it here to search for people. We have water, we're protected, we've got sunscreen. I can only imagine the desperation that people have when they're trying to cross this area. They got nothing. Most of the time they're ill prepared. And also they really have no idea where they're going. What a brutal life, man. How long would you say it would take someone to die out here if they didn't know what they were doing?
Well, if you don't have any water, you're dying the end of the first day.
The first day?
The first day without water, you'll die. You'll start dying the first day. I have that one guy from Mexico. He was on day 3, no food or water. Wow. He had divine intervention on his ass. Simple as that. Otherwise, he'd have been dead.
And not even 5 minutes later, the search dog found his first bodily remains.
There's a bone?
Mm-hmm. They made a hold the rifle.
See the joint?
Yeah.
We don't have any joints like that.
No. What's that for?
This is probably a deer.
Oh, like the knee?
Yeah, that'd be the knee. This would come up to the hip up here. The closest one we have like this is our elbow.
Yeah.
But it's shaped like this because the humerus fits inside and it allows it to rotate.
Feeling disappointed, we then continued to look for human remains. And that was when it dawned on me that the 70-year-old retired sheriff was doing all this for free 6 days out of the week.
What made you decide to do this? You could be doing anything in the world right now. You could be resting. You could be enjoying your life.
The families. That's pretty much the families. And of course, I mean, I can sit on my ass as good as anybody. I really can. But this, it's a purpose. It keeps me busy. And it's a need. It really is a need. Regardless of politics or anything else, they need to be found. They need to be returned to their families. They really do. It's just, to a certain extent, if a family has a runaway daughter and they're living in a big city, that's tough. They don't know what she's doing. They don't know where she's going. Is she being trafficked? I know if my daughter was missing.
Is that a bone?
Yeah. This is kind of what the ulna looks like. It's got that loop on it, but that would be too small for a human.
How do you separate yourself from all these emotions when you go back home at the end of the evening and you're trying to sleep and you keep thinking about those things?
Well, you get gifts from friends. So you take a drink. Sometimes it's easy to make the separation if what I've done recently, I can maintain a full professional distance. But then sometimes something will key me in, something will personalize it, and then it's then it bothers you. Then it'll come back. I mean, I've had the dreams and stuff like that. I've had dreams where I'm following decomp, the smell in the wind.
Wow.
Things like that. And it's just something you got to deal with. Simple as that. You know, with all the back injuries, neck injuries, and everything else. I've had knee surgery too. Got metal in the back, metal in the neck. I need 2 more spinal surgeries, and I'm just not going to get them because I can't take the time off.
With the sun beating down on us, we started to realize that the dog was already starting to overheat, and so we needed to give her a quick break.
Get some water.
What does she mean to you?
What does she mean to me?
Yeah.
She's more important than I am.
Why did you name her Socks?
Just the 2 front feet, they're white. Come here, get some water. There you go. I have all kinds of meds for her. I've got bleed stop. I can give her an IV subcutaneously, you know, if she really needs it.
Oh, that's got to be nice.
Is that nice, Socks? Is that nice? Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, you like that, don't you? Who would you say are the people that you could possibly encounter? Are they mostly drug mules, cartels, or just desperate people trying to cross?
Just the border crossers. That's all I really expect to come across. You know, like I said, you find the ones that are medically stressed, and they're doing exactly what I hope is. They see me, they want help, so we get them help. The whole idea is to keep them alive, and once they're back home healthy, they know what this is about, so they can decide if they want to do the same thing or do it a different way.
When it's time to go, you can choose how. You can wait for enforcement, or you can leave on your terms. The CBP Home app lets you self-deport with dignity, directly and securely. Don't wait, decide how it ends.
Crying harder, crying harder. Trump is your president. Crying harder, crying harder. Trump is your president.
On the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist!" exclamation point, catch exclamation point.
Do you think Donald Trump is a fascist?
Yes, I do. No one has ever been more dangerous to this country than Donald Trump, and he is a fascist to his core.
Hey, let me shut down the Senate! We are at war!
We're at a war right now.
We are at war.
So you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
And that's why the gloves are off.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
And yes, there are many threats to democracy. We see it with these extreme candidates.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country, and maybe there will be.
You can only push people so far, and then they start to take matters into their own hands.
What the American public want is for us to bring actual weapons to this bar fight. This is an actual fight.
You know, this is literally call to arms.
The MAGA movement is a threat.
But Michelle says that, when they go low, we go high. No.
With all due respect, if they go low, we don't go high.
When they go low, we kick them.
We take them to the mud and choke them out.
And make sure that they stay down. And you know what? Kick them when they're down, because they deserve it.
Get up in the face of some Congress people.
We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your...
We have to fight this in the streets.
We're going to fight it in the streets. It's time to step out of your comfort zone and step out into the streets.
To our Republican colleagues, if you do not see the light, we will bring the fire. Resist! You and your little friend off of Twitter. Y'all about to find out.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
He's not going to have a third term. He may not finish this term.
Yes, the last few days you woke up thinking there might be news. Just saying. Just saying. There will be news sometime. Just so you know, there will be news.
I want to be remembered for courage for my faith. That would be the most important thing. Most important thing is my faith in my life.
But if you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.